between confidence and arrogance. Arrogance is feeling like you are above everyone else, and confidence is feeling like no one is above you. Confidence and charisma is a powerful form of wealth. Confidence is a big form of wealth. One of the challenges a lot of people face is that their background, their upbringing, maybe some of the stories that they have been told in their life because of circumstances tries to rewire them to feel a sense of inferiority. I want to encourage you, if you're one of those, work on it. Don't let nobody pimp your talent or your gift. Don't let nobody undersell you. Don't let nobody pay you any less for what you have worth. You need to understand that. Sometimes it will take pain to get there, but that is what it is. Let me tell you something. I feel blessed today. What an awesome day to be alive. When you see me cleaning my glasses out, you know it's going to be serious today. Hey, welcome back to the channel. Always a great plumping pleasure having you here. If this is your first time on the channel, go ahead and click the subscription button, right? Hit the like for me so that way the algorithm can help take this to as far as possible. Listen here. On this platform, we talk about life, we talk about money, and we talk about legacy. We teach people how to invest in themselves for personal growth, for profits, and in that process also build a legacy, because at the end of the day it's not worth anything much significant if you live through life and you don't leave a legacy. The Bible says a good man leaves an inheritance for his progeny. So here now, in this video we are going, it's a continuation of a two-part series. I started the first series talking about the 10 forms of wealth, and if you haven't watched that video, it will probably be above and you can click on it and you watch the first part of that series. That way it will help you a lot. But if you haven't watched it yet, it's not a problem. Today I'm going to be talking about the sixth to the 10th other forms of wealth. In that first part, I talked about 5 forms of wealth, and in the second part, I'm going to finish the rest 5. The total is going to be 10. So I'll be talking about the different forms of wealth. And one of the things that is important to understand, exactly why I decided to do this video, is because I've realized that we are being pushed as a human conglomerate, slowly but surely, to believe that wealth is only money and material things. In the dispensation we are today, if you're somebody who has a little concept of history, philosophy, who reads a little bit widely, sometimes you will get emotionally irritated by the way people think the only way you can be successful in life is if by having money or by having material things, or the only way you can be wealthy in life by having money, by having material things. Trust me on this one. I am not one of those that advocate for poverty. Poverty is not divine. Poverty has no benefits, let me tell you honestly. I also understand, you know what? Money doesn't necessarily buy happiness, but it's better to cry in a Mercedes than on a bicycle. So I'm not here to bash that, no. But I'm just here to tell you that in addition to money, there are multiple other forms of wealth. In the first part of this series, we talked about knowledge as the number 1 form of wealth, habits and work ethics as the number 2 form of wealth, money, which includes multiple streams of income, as the number 3 form of wealth. We talked about contacts, networking, the ability to network as the 4th, and creativity as the 5th. Now, the 6th form of wealth, persistence, the ability to hang in there, the ability to stick in there. Persistence, in my personal opinion, and based on my life and the life of some great people I've followed, persistence is one of the key pillars of any kind of meaningful success long term you need in your life. Anything of meaning will ride on the back of persistence, on the back of just being patient and working on it day in and day out. There's a gentleman I listened to out of Nigeria. He's called Dr. Apoki, a very wise guy. I listened to him quite a bit just to get some sense and wisdom from him. And this guy wrote a book called The Philosophy of the Ant. How the ant is able to build his temitocrimo or something. Hey, I'm not an English teacher here, but how the termite is able to build, right? Considering how small the ant is, can you imagine how many pieces of sand it has to transport in able to go ahead and build that huge thing relative to their size that they build and live in? But it just takes persistence and consistency, and it continues to push. If you observe an ant, they never make a U-turn. An ant never turns around and goes back. If the ant walks to somewhere and there is an impediment on the road, the ant will either go over, dig underneath, or go around, but they never go behind. That is the spirit of persistence. That is the spirit that is able to really build something meaningful, something significant. And so, when you consider forms of wealth, persistence is an important piece of it. The people who will make it in this life significantly are those who are persistent, those who don't give up on their dreams, those who have a deep seated conviction on what they want to do and they keep working on it until it comes to fruition. Trust me, speaking to you today, this is my 15th year in the business of speaking. I started speaking when I was a young man in secondary school at the age of 13 as an MC in class events. I'll be the one to present. I'll be the one to be the impresario, the MC, to engage people, talk to people. When I grew up, I went to the university. I continued speaking as an MC. Then I came to America and I realized that is a skill I could monetize. That is a skill I could get paid to do. So I continued to speak as an MC. And today I do more of speaking engagements than MC engagements. But that persistence of continuously speaking, even though sometimes it was embarrassing, sometimes I felt like I'm going to pee in my pants. Sometimes I felt like the audience I'm speaking to are smarter, richer, more accomplished than me. But I kept doing it, kept doing it. And today I would say I'm fairly good at it, right? I won't say I'm the best in the world because I have people I look up to, but I think I can hold my own. So persistence is a critical form of wealth. If you're a persistent person, if you're one of those who understands the importance of not giving up, know that you're wealthy. Whatever it is that you're doing, if it hasn't come to fruition yet, it's a matter of time. Now, the seventh form of wealth is confidence and charisma. You see, I need you to understand that there's a difference between confidence and arrogance, right? Arrogance is feeling like you're above everyone else, and confidence is feeling like no one is above you. There is a difference because there's a nice fine line between arrogance and confidence, and sometimes people get confused about it, right? Confidence and charisma is a powerful form of wealth. Let me tell you a story. I am 6'4" tall big guy, right? And one time when I was in the University of California, because I did a graduate certificate in marketing and international business from the famed UC Berkeley in California. And during my internship, I worked for a German company, which is a global company called Siemens. I worked for Siemens Communication, which was an arm of the Siemens Global Corporation. And we had a team meeting, which included the vice president coming and some other big executives coming into San Jose, California for that meeting that day. And I went to the meeting along with my mentor at that time. And as we got into the meeting, there was a table for drinks and snacks, and we're having a cocktail. And the vice president of our group walked over to me, a lady, and he walked over to me with a gentleman. So there were two of them. The vice president is a lady, and the gentleman, I think, was the vice president of another group, but connected to our group. They walked over to me and shook my hand and introduced themselves to me, and I introduced myself, right? And they asked me, where are you from? Who do you work with? What? And I told them I was I was an intern in Siemens. I just finished from the UC Berkeley. And the lady was surprised. She said, wow, I mean, you came to the meeting, you had a nice blazer on, you're looking good, you're tall, you're confident, you shake hands as if you're already an executive. I told myself I had to meet you. I had to meet this gentleman to know what division he works in the company. That is what I'm talking about. Confidence and charisma. I didn't feel like I was above anybody in the hall. I didn't also feel like anybody was above me in that hall. It was just a matter of different positions, different times, and different things that they're working on in their life. Confidence is a big form of wealth. One of the challenges a lot of people face is that their background, their upbringing, maybe some of the stories that they have been told in their life because of circumstances tries to rewire them to feel a sense of inferiority. I want to encourage you, if you're one of those, work on it. There are different techniques that you can use to overcome inferiority. Number one is talking to yourself. Number two, reading and listening to tapes that boost your confidence, that boost your belief. Number three, gaining mastery in whatever it is that you do for a living and you aspire to do for a life. Because when you master your craft, it builds confidence in you. That's when you know that for a fact other people are good too, but nobody is better than you. There is an African soccer player, is one one of the best. In fact, in my opinion, he's probably the greatest out of Africa, one of the best in the world. Samuel Eto'o. Samuel Eto'o is from Cameroon too, like myself, so I got to take some pride in that, right? This young man, not a young man anymore, is the president of the Football Association in Cameroon. One of the things that he had from a very young age, getting into the professional world in Europe, was self confidence. He believed so much in himself that every time he walks on the field, he knew that he was the best. He knew that without him, the team was not going to win. There are even games that his coach had him on the outside, and he would go up to the coach as a young player and tell the coach, you know what? You are playing, they are winning our team 2-0, and you have your best scorer sitting on the bench. I am the one who is going to deliver you in this game. I am the one who is going to hand you the league title. I am the one. Put me on the field. And the coach will take a chance, put him on the field, and he'll go in and put 2 goals in. That is what I'm talking about. Confidence. Charisma, the ability to know what you are worth, know what you believe in. Don't let nobody pimp your talent for your gift. Don't let nobody undersell you. Don't let nobody pay you any less for what you are worth. You need to understand that. Sometimes it will take pain to get there, but that is what it is. Let me tell you something. As a professional MC, as a professional speaker, a lot of times people will call me to come to their events and they'll offer me a package that is not up to what I expect to be paid for my services. It's a significant amount of money. It's no joke. But I walk away from it. I tell them, no, you know what? The $5,000 you're offering, or the $4,000, or whatever amount of money you're offering, I don't think that is worthy of my time. I don't think that is fair compensation for my time and effort coming to MC your event for 8 hours, or coming to speak to raise funds at their event for a certain number of hours. And now I realize, you know what? If I want to keep making sure that the people who want to use my services come to me and be able to pay what I'm worth, I started deciphering some other strategies too, to make sure that we have a fair deal out of each other. For example, when I get hired to go and do a fundraiser, maybe a speech at a fundraiser, or maybe work as an MC to help run the event and help encourage people to bring out money and donate to that particular cause, you know what I do? I charge the client a fee for my services and a percentage of the money I raise. You know why? Because the extra effort I will put to raise that money beyond what their goal is, they have to pay me a percentage of that. That is not unfair. Take for example, if their goal was to raise $30,000, I'll tell them, hey, you will pay me X amount of money as my fee, and you will pay me 10% everything that I'm going to raise beyond $30,000. If I end up raising $100,000, they are going to pay me 10% of 70,000, which is $7,000. But you know what? They are going home with $63,000 they might have never gotten if I didn't push to make sure I raised more than the threshold that they believe it was possible. So why I'm sharing you these stories, to tell you that confidence is a big form of wealth. Don't underestimate. If you're a confident person, stay confident. Don't let nobody try to intimidate you to feel like you have to dim your light. I have been through that. I've suffered through that a lot in my life. I felt like every time I go to places, I don't want to stand out. I don't want to ruffle feathers. I don't want to piss people off. So I try to fit in. No, just be confident. It doesn't mean you're arrogant. It's the number 7 form of wealth. My new book, The Seeker. In this book, I poured my heart. It took me 12 years to write this book. In this book, I'm trying to help each and every one be able to become a better version of themselves. But not just by the cliche way, but being able to uncover their purpose, learn how to invest in themselves for self-growth, to invest in assets for profits, and to build a legacy in that process. This book has 11 chapters, deep information. It will be worth your time, worth every penny or dime you're going to spend on this. In the description section of the book, hey, you know what? Click on that description section. You will see a link where you can order your copy of the book. And if you order your copy of the book and you leave a message telling me you ordered your copy from this video, I am going to do one additional thing for you. I am going to sign that copy before they ship it out to you. Let's get into the video now. The eighth form of wealth is hard work and luck. It is said actually luck is when preparedness meets opportunity, right? And somebody said the harder I work, the luckier I get. So, of course, I totally understand in life there is a certain element of luck. Let's not be naive here, and I don't want to bullshit anybody to say, hey, everything is just, oh, the way you work, you're great. No, no, no. Listen, there's a certain element of grace, there's a certain element of chance that happens. You might meet somebody in a train. I've had people who've hired me for events where I just met them at the airport and I offered them my seat and they ended up talking to me because they wanted to sit on the aisle and I didn't care. I said, you know what? If you really want it, sit there. I will sit in the middle. And we ended up talking and that person ended up inviting me for an event and paying me for that. All right. But I believe certainly I worked for that. But there is also the hard work, which is the work I put into that. But there is also a certain element of grace that that person was flying on the same flight with me. We met that day. He was scheduled to sit next to me. Could I control that? There was no way I could control that, right? So hard work. The harder you work naturally, the luckier you're going to become. And when I talk about hard work here, it's basically just being able to put in the time, put in the effort. There is a study in the book by Malcolm Gladwell. I think that book is called Tipping Point, about the rule of 10,000 hours. Anytime you put 10,000 hours into an activity, you would automatically acquire a certain level of mastery that is far beyond the top 1% in that place, right? So it's important to understand the power of hard work as part of this of as a form of wealth that you can leverage to build other aspects of wealth like money and material stuff. The ninth is bias for action. Bias for action means being able to take action. A lot of people have great ideas, but it gets lost because of lack of inaction. In fact, I always say this. I really believe that a plan that was executed and failed is better than a perfect plan that was never executed. Action is important. I remember a few years ago, I did an interview for the global corporation Amazon to go and work as a sales cloud engineer for them, selling their Amazon cloud technology. And they gave me 10 areas, which are the key principles or the key the part of their mission statement, the 10 elements that are principles within Amazon practice. And one of the most important of them, which the advisor who was preparing me for the interview told me, was bias for action. That amongst the 10, the biggest thing to Amazon is bias for action. Don't wait for authorization. Don't sit around to give an excuse that because a manager didn't say, I didn't do. Take action. Do something. If you do that in life, you're going to be very successful. Trust me. Trust me about that. A lot of people don't realize the instinct to take action. Those who take action is wealth. That is an endowment that is not common. A lot of people procrastinate. A lot of people like to say, I'll do it later. Procrastination is the thief of time. Don't wait. Take action. Be proactive. Move forward. Sometimes you see situations, you can envision what the end is going to be like, but you just walk through the process until you get to the end and you're surprised with the outcome. Do something. You have a goal, take action. You have a plan, take action. You have a dream, try it out. Don't sit and be doing perfect business plans. I was reading an article not too long ago. Actually, I was watching a video, and there's a guy on YouTube he's called Stephen Bartlett. Stephen Bartlett has a channel called Diary of a CEO, and on his channel he interviews CEOs and he talks to creators and entrepreneurs and people who founded companies, and they talk about their journey and how they found the company challenges and things like that. And one of the things that sounded about the same across the board for most of them, they never really had a clear business plan. In fact, a lot of time their business plan will only be implemented about 50%. The rest 50% is the reality on the ground as you start doing what you're doing. Take action. Nothing beats action. The people who have a bias for action, who want to act, will be the ones who are going to harvest the mightiest fruits from life. So, number nine, bias for action, a sense of urgency. Don't wait till next week. Don't wait till next month. Do it now. I woke up this morning. I wasn't feeling too nice. I wasn't feeling well, but I knew that I had recorded the first part of this video and I needed to record part two. I didn't want to do it next week. I didn't want to do it tomorrow. I didn't want to do it on or when I feel better. I take action now. I give it to you the way I know it, the way I I understand it. If I don't look the best on camera today, it's okay. Tomorrow I'm going to look better. If I look great tomorrow I might not look the best. That is fine. Just take action. You are starting a YouTube channel, take action. Don't try to wait. I need to get a better camera. I need to make sure I can script what I'm going to say. I need to get some lighting. You spend time, hours and hours watching videos on YouTube advising you how to start a channel. Just start the channel. Just put your camera and start talking. Take your cell phone, put it up somewhere, and just start talking to that cell phone. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you can talk only for 2 minutes, talk for 2 minutes and post it. If you can talk for 5 minutes, talk for 5 minutes and post it. There is nobody who is successful, especially on YouTube today, that got it easy. So let nobody come there and tell you, do this and in 1 year you are going to be uber successful. No, that's not true. Yes, you might start seeing some traction of success. It's different for different people. It's taken me 2 years to get 1,500 subscribers. It takes some people 3 months to get 10,000. It takes some people 6 months to get monetized. I am not even monetized yet on YouTube as I'm speaking to you because I haven't hit up to 4,000 watch hours. And that's why I want to just encourage you that you share this video with somebody who is going to be of value. The way you can help me hit the 4,000 watch hours, click on the subscription key and also click on the like button. Give me a thumbs up because when you give me a like, the algorithm recognizes that as a way of spreading the message across multiple different groups of people. Also, leave me a message down in the comment section. Let me know what you think about these different forms of wealth. Let me know which one of them has served you the most, which one of them has been able to give you a lot of success in your life, right? So action, bias for action. Hey guys, in addition to all the valuable information I bring to you every week on my videos and my short videos on different platforms, especially here on YouTube, I also have a community of over 2,000 like-minded, serious and driven people who, like you, are receiving exclusively this time a newsletter once a week. And this information in the newsletter is unique and it only goes to those people who are part of the newsletter community. So if you are interested in getting this once a week update, which includes different tips, different ideas on how to build yourself, how to generate wealth, how to make money, how to build a legacy, go ahead and click down in the link in the description and you'll be able to join our newsletter community. And when you join that community, you would realize exactly how much value that brings to you on a weekly and daily basis. Let's get back to regular programming. The 10th and final one is choosing the correct vocation or the correct work. Choosing the right vocation or the right work. Right here, there is no one size fits all. Right is certainly going to be something that you have passion for, something that you have the skill for, or you can develop the skill for, and something that the market is willing to pay for. Those are the three criteria I generally use to coach people when I try to help them to move from purpose to profits, how to leverage a purpose for profits, right? You want to be able to find something that you're passionate about. You want to be able to make sure that you have a skill for that thing or you are willing to develop the skill at an excellent level for that thing. And it's something that the marketplace has a demand for. You are watching this video right now. This video is going to be on YouTube and other social media platforms for a long time, right? I have passion for this. My passion is to uncover my purpose and dislodge and fine-tune it and dislodge it for the betterment of other people, to teach other people how to invest in themselves for personal growth, for profits, and to build a legacy in that process. That is what my purpose is all about. That is what I'm obsessed about. That is what my passion is about. But for me to be able to do that, I need to find a way to communicate effectively with you. I need to have the power of ideas and communicate it in a way that makes sense to even a fifth grader. This is not how I communicated when I was born, but I built this skill over time because I realized it's a skill that I need to accompany my passion. And the third thing is the message I am saying. Is the message I share something that the market needs? Yes. If it's something that the market didn't need, you won't be watching this video till this point, right? And if it's not something that people want, they will not pay me with their attention. You are paying me with your attention. You're paying me with your time by watching my video. Eventually, of course, you will pay me with your money because I have programs that I'll be proposing to help you uncover your purpose, to help you guarantee your legacy, to teach you how to invest on the stock market. But before that, I want you to first of all have a buy-in, to believe in what I'm saying if it makes sense to you. I am not targeting everybody. I am targeting those who are looking for me. If you're one of those, share this video, all right? Make sure this video gets 500 likes. Tell me down in the comment what you think, how you perceive wealth. What is your own opinion about wealth? Be well, be blessed, and by all means, you know what? Never stop being a blessing to somebody. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.